Arsenal Fan TV America, welcome back. A new episode, Monday edition, Champions League. Yes, Champions League edition episode. Welcome back to everyone around the world, all the soccer fans, all the football fans in the world and in the USA. Of course, we come to you from the Pacific Northwest, USA. Listen, before we go forward, because about 60% of people that watch like the episode, but forget to subscribe. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you love the episode, like it and share it with others. We're going to go Champions League straight away. Of course, we can't forget what happened last game and the referees and, the start of the season. This is the third game, Premier League. But we're going to leave all that action aside. Declan Rice's red card, of course, it's still an ongoing big issue, but we're going to leave it aside. And we're going to shift our attention to Champions League. Why? Because this year, Champions League is different. It's a very complicated process. Listen, we say complicated because it's new. As human beings, we don't like changes. So Champions League, when it comes to changes this year, we're all like, okay, what's what? It's a process. You have to really tune in on YouTube or any other channel and watch how teams were selected. It was more like a computer AI generated program that chose all the games and the times and whatnot. So I'm not going to really go into specifications. Again, watch it because it's a complicated process and I'm going to lose you because you have to see what they're doing for you to really comprehend the new way. Now, instead of having 32 teams, we now have 36 teams. So I'm going to go straight to who will Arsenal Football Club play, right? As you all know, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, and Manchester City, they all from England, from the English Premier League, they will be going to Champions League this year, right? We're going to, again, talk about Arsenal. All of, these teams will meet different opponents. Of course, you have Real Madrid, you have Bayern Munich in the mix. You have, big clubs. You have AC Milan, Inter Milan, PSG. And of course, if you go to Barcelona and Spain and many clubs, many strong clubs that it's really hard to avoid playing, those big clubs. So let's go and see who will Arsenal face in the phase league stage this year and who Arsenal will play. Here are the teams, but I'm going to break it down for you in home games versus away games. So let's start first by our home games. So at home, we're going to start by playing PSG. Yep, Paris Saint-Germain will come to the Emirates, and that's a good thing. You don't want to go play Paris Saint-Germain in Paris because if you go to Paris and play them there, it's very, very difficult to beat them. However, if they come to the Emirates, yes, you can beat Paris Saint-Germain at the Emirates. Of course, in front of all your fans, your 56, 57,000 fans every day show up for Arsenal. Of course, if you have away fans, total of 60,000 at the Emirates. So I think that's a very lucky thing for Arsenal to happen. We will also play Shakhtar Donetsk, Dinamo Zagreb. And Dinamo Zagreb is actually one of the teams I'll never forget because I went and watched an Arsenal game versus Dinamo Zagreb, Champions League night at the Emirates when Arsene Wenger was the manager. And it was a win or go home. Santi Cazorla and Mesut Ozil, Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey, and Alexis Sanchez, they were all playing. So, of course, I will never forget that. And lastly, at home, we are going to meet the French team, AS Monaco. Now, let's go to the away teams. We're going to go play two teams in Italy. Atlanta first, which will actually be our first game. It will be September 19th. That's a Thursday, so that's our first game. We're going to be away to Atlanta in Italy. We're also going to play Inter Milan away in Italy, so two games in Italy. Of course, that Inter Milan game will be very, very challenging. We also are going to go to Portugal to play Sporting Club Portugal. And finally, we're going to go to Spain and play Girona. And that is a total of 4 games away. Of course, the most difficult game in my eyes will be the away game to Inter Milan at the San Siro. But let's not forget Thierry Henry and what he did to Inter Milan and Javier Zanetti that day. And we won. Arsenal won versus Inter Milan. And back then, they had the best defenders and best players in the world, best attackers. They had Ronaldo, phenomenal. So they had Javier Zanetti. They had great player. Cambiaso was in that team, and it was a great team. It was a heavy team, but Arsenal went there, and we won there. So that's going to be a difficult game for me. But in general, as you could see, they're all going to be difficult games, right? So the first home game, again to PSG, that will be on October 1st, right? So we talked about the first away game to Arsenal. It's going to be in Italy on the 19th of September. That's a Thursday. Playing who? Atalanta. And then we're going to come home, PSG, play PSG on October 1st. Yes, Arsenal are going to be playing back-to-back games. It's going to be a long season, but it's going to be a beautiful season. Of course, as fans, we want to see the team play as much as they can. Champions League Monday edition for you. I just wanted to let you know who are we going to be playing in the Champions League. Again, phase stage now versus last year or years prior, where you had group stages and we had 32. You had 8 groups and every group had 4 teams, 32 teams. And within that group, the 4 teams will each play one another an away game and a home game, right? Total of how many games? 6 games. Yes, 6 games to each one in each group. Now this year, you have 8 games, not 6. 4 of them are away and 4 of them are at home, but they're the same teams. They're different teams. So they're 8 different teams versus just 3 teams. And of course, it's very challenging that way, and it's going to be much more difficult. But we'll see. We'll see who's going to prevail. We'll see who's going to get to the knockout stages or the next stages, and we'll see where Arsenal lands. Again, those are not easy games, and they're in the middle of Premier League and Carabao Cup and FA Cup. As you all know, Arsenal playing 4 competitions, Champions League being one of them. It's challenging. So we'll see how the Gunners prevail, how the Gunners come out. As we can, see this year, we have a great squad and we added a couple of players. So hopefully that addition will also make a difference for us. One more time, hit that subscribe button, and like and share if you loved the episode. Thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll see you the next episode. Bye now.